Good morning, everyone. Chris here. We are still at the Free Dock in Chesapeake. We got here yesterday and we got an Uber and we went to town and, well, there's town here and then there's like the mall and like all the stuff. We got Ryan a new cell phone. We got Liam some shoes. We went to Target and then we came back and didn't do any work on the boat last night because we were all tired, emotionally drained, and just done with the world. So right now I have the motor on, running about half throttle, and she seems to be doing good. I'm gonna go verify that she's still spitting water. So boats generally don't have a radiator. Instead, they have a heat exchanger, and it pulls in seawater, runs it through, which does the same job, and then it spits the water out in the back. Let's zoom in. There it is. So that's how we know the engine is happy. Anyway, we replaced the fuel pump a couple of days ago, and we started to come down here, and the motor worked great for the first 10 miles. And then she started to stall and stall all the time, over and over and over again. But we'd start her right back up and she'd be fine. But we're talking like 1/10 of a mile and she'd stall. And then we figured out that if we ran her just at 3 knots, she'd be happy. So we ended up getting here about 2 hours later than we were planning on getting here. And then my thought was, what if the hoses that we recycled the old hoses for the fuel pump? What if one of them was all stiff and crusty and, you know, they were difficult to get on? What if they just didn't do a good seal? And so I went to replace, I thought, well, we'll just replace the hoses. And when I was doing that, one of the fittings on the actual fuel filter was really, really loose. So I think that was our problem. I think when I was jostling stuff around to put the new whatever it's called, fuel pump on there, I jostled that connection and it came loose and was letting air into the system. So we are every 10 minutes bumping her up a little harder, and then we'll run her at absolute full throttle for about 20 minutes, half an hour, just to make sure she's like able to go, because our next hop is 10 hours. And we definitely do not want to be stalling or limited to just 3 knots for what we calculate lower. Like, she could generally do 5 knots, so we calculate all of our stuff at 4 knots. So it's a 10 or 11 hour trip at 4 knots. So if it's at 3 knots, that could really be bad. Anyway, I think it's like 50 miles. So it's not overly horrible, but still. Oh, taking a freshwater shower here. And, oh, here we are. There's not a lot here in the actual park, but there's a ham radio club there, and there's a faucet that you can get water at. There's trash over there, the big green thing. And then there's a porta potty. If you have something that's like a portable potty thing, you can go dump it in there. You're allowed to do that. There's a sign that says you're allowed to do that. And then a lot of people come and wait here because the town is really, really great. Has all the services you need. And after we verify this is working, we're gonna run to the grocery store, come back, and then once that job is done, we're gonna go celebrate. So I'll get a chance to show you the town. Anyway, I think it's just about time for me to, there's 3 minutes left on the timer. I'm gonna go harder on the throttle, and hopefully this solves the problem. So, hope everyone's having a good day, and I will chat with you later. Bye.